Hello, friends and enemies. It's your boy, Ollie, and I'm here looking at Am I the Asshole posts. But before we start, go ahead and do the YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks. Am I the asshole if my boyfriend made a meal and asked me how it was and I said fine? As described, no. What is being left out here? So my boyfriend made chicken breast with some white rice, a salad with garlic, and we had some pickles and beetroot on the side from jars. And we sit down and he said, "How is it?" And I said, "Fine. There's nothing special. Everything tastes as it should." Maybe you don't say that there's nothing special. Maybe he still did the stuff for you, you know? He still did the work and prepared food for y'all. You can just be polite. "Hey, it tastes fine. Thanks." Is very different than, "Oh, it's nothing special, it's fine." Like, what are you talking about? You know that's different. And he got upset, yeah, and said he added extra garlic in the lettuce and soy sauce on the breast. We both said we couldn't taste that. And I said I am not used to making comments about food like he is in his family. When we eat with his mother, everyone has to say something along the lines of, "How delicious, this is so tasty, yum," at every meal. I mean, it's not hard at... Okay. But he's not asking you to sit there and say things are yummy the whole time. He asked you what you thought. I feel like that's a lot different. And in my family, we probably find that behavior a bit fake. What do you mean probably? How do you not know? Isn't that your family? We just sit down and talk about other things, and if there was something new in the food, then that would be a normal question to ask, how it was. So he got really upset because I should have just said it's great or it's good instead of a normal and not very enthusiastic, "It's fine, everything tastes as it should." Yeah. So the issue here is not about being authentic or fake or whatever. The issue here is showing appreciation for the meal that somebody else has prepared for you. Thought went into that, even if it is the same as normal. Cooking is an act of domestic labor that needs to be valued. And that act of labor doesn't change just because it's kind of a normal food that you eat all the time. Yeah, it's one thing to be extra excited or extra grateful at something that took extra time or is very out of the norm and is more delicious than normal or what have you. That difference is something to be noticed and talked about too, but to not appreciate the mundane stuff, the labor that your partner does for you, and on his side, you know, the labor that you do for him should also be recognized. It's not just about cooking, but cooking is, I think, one of those places where that breakdown in communication can happen if you're looking at things, or if you're looking at things from different perspectives like this. And he proceeded to pick up his plate and left to eat in the office. I don't feel like partaking in a family tradition I don't feel is natural. Okay, alright. I think maybe he shouldn't have stormed off. That's maybe not the best response to that, but also, depending on the kind of person you are, maybe you need to remove yourself from a situation where you're frustrated. Maybe this is a pattern. Maybe it kind of sounds like you're not comfortable complimenting his cooking unless he goes above and beyond for you, which is weird to me, honestly. It's not a family tradition into just being kind. I feel like I'm forced to say something I don't care about it or don't believe him. It's chicken breast and white rice. I mean, am I the asshole for not making a bigger deal out of a simple meal? Is he overreacting, or should I just be fake and obliged and say it's really tasty every single fucking meal? So I don't think that's what he's asking of you. I think... Yeah, oh, this is tagged asshole. I just realized it. Yeah, you're the fucking asshole. Holy fuck, man. Holy fuck. I'd be pissed. I'd be so pissed. I'd be so frustrated. How do you communicate with someone who is misunderstanding you on a basic level like this? When you're like, "Hey, do you like the thing that I made for you? And their response is, whatever, man. And when you're like, oh, that kind of sucks that you said there, they're like, fuck you for saying that. You only want to do this because your family does it. All right. Let's see what comments say. Okay, let's break this down differently. I will be making some assumptions because there isn't a ton of context. Boyfriend goes out of his way and makes a nice dinner. Acts excited about doing something nice. Girlfriend acts like not only is it not special, but that it isn't very good. Boyfriend feels embarrassed and deflated, acts hurt. Girlfriend thinks it is dumb to treat people nicely when they do something nice. Either this isn't a match that you understand each other at all, or you need to be nicer, or both. You're the asshole. Yeah, that's basically what I've been saying. It's like, it's not about the thing having to be super amazing and perfect and, like, quote, worth commenting on. Like, do things have to meet a bar for you? Oh my god. It does seem like everybody else feels like I do, which is good, because what the fuck? Oh, man. Oh, shit, somebody disagrees. Sigh, I'm reluctantly giving you're the asshole, though it's a mild one, because I feel more on your side here. I would strongly suggest you say good instead of fine. You can try to avoid excessive elaboration, but yeah, this came across as a negative statement. Fine is often used as a dodging word when something is wrong. If you are appreciating the meal enough to happily eat it, say it's good. Someone else went to the effort of cooking. You didn't have to make a gesture of appreciation. That said, here's where I feel like I relate. My former partner loved to cook, to fiddle with flavors, etc. It was important to him. Me, I don't like to cook. I don't find enjoyment out of talking about food nuances. I hardly ever notice them. I found it a strain to discuss a meal. I didn't have anything to contribute, and it felt stupid to gush about it. But I still didn't even say fine, and I think that's sinking too low. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, they're saying they're on their side here, but I feel like they're saying exactly what I've said. He cooked for me, he was getting a thanks and a compliment unless it was actively problematic. One issue we did have was our wildly different sense of spice, so he wouldn't see something as spicy that was burning my mouth and sending me into tears, which made it difficult for him to judge how much he was putting in. The korma he made, because it's my favorite dish at Indian restaurants, will live on in infamy as a joke that he brings up, not because there were hard feelings. I can kind of relate on the other side here, because I personally do the cooking, and my partner cleans the kitchen after. Kind of like what this person is saying. He doesn't really see the food nuances as much, doesn't really notice time to time. So if I say, ask him what he thinks is different about something, like if he likes something more or less than the last time that we had it, a lot of the time I'll be like, oh, I don't remember. And that's fine. Because that's not the same thing as being super meh about, like, having a meal cooked for you at all. Like, there's a difference between having a different way of speaking about food and, like, kind of actively putting your partner and their efforts down, right? Like, I'm not even saying don't say fine. The word fine is fine to use. It's just how you use it. Although, just in general, probably better to say, it tastes good. That's so, like, OP. It should not be like pulling teeth to say, the food you made me tastes good. It tastes good. 3 words. It tastes good. I like it. Thank you for making this. Like, my God. It is not. This is not effort. FYI, just because your family does things one way doesn't mean it's the right way or the only way. It doesn't mean that it's okay to carry on doing it. I'm not sure why you're turning this into almost a point of principle. It would cost you literally nothing, and it would make him happy. Do you think he never does small things he doesn't necessarily care about just because he knows it will make you happy? It kind of sounds like He does, the way OP was talking about him saying, like he added a little extra soy sauce to it or did a little extra tweak, and maybe he thought, even if they didn't notice it, maybe he thought that they would. In a relationship, it's often small things like that which matter the most. Regular kind gestures of appreciation go a long way. So, not the asshole for instinctively not doing it, but now you know that he would like it. You're the asshole for being arsy about it. Yes, that, exactly. You get it. It's like not realizing that what you said kind of came off wrong and being like, oh, actually, by fine, I meant it's good. I meant I like it. That's not gushing over. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta go to something else. This one is like so weird to me. This is so weird. Am I the asshole for telling my mom I'll never forgive her if she fucks up my adoption? I don't know, man. I've, 14F, been living with my aunt, my mom's sister, since I was 8. It was originally because of an issue with her ex-boyfriend, and CPS placed me with my aunt. Then she used to say she couldn't handle 4 kids as a single mom, so I had to stay with my aunt, and then we just didn't talk for a few years. Punctuation. You're 14. I shouldn't be mean. My aunt has been trying to adopt me for years. We've finally able to get my mom's parental rights terminated because she didn't speak to any of us or send money or anything for 4 years. I really like living with my aunt. On Tuesdays, we go out to eat. She says we take turns choosing the restaurant, but I get to choose almost every week. On Fridays, we order pizza and watch a movie and eat ice cream in our pajamas on the couch. When I started middle school, she started taking me to get my nails done with her, so now we do that every other Saturday and at least once a month. Sometimes more during summers or school breaks. We get to visit her condo in the mountains. There's a little beach, and the past couple of years, she's been letting me hang out with my friends or alone by the beach or downtown or at the pool or wherever, as long as I keep my location on my phone and I'm home by the time it gets dark. Well, that sounds actually healthy. Sounds like a far cry from the mom's description at the start, that's for sure. I mean, I guess it's a low bar. Yeah, if you're not talking to your mom. After my mom got notice that her rights were going to be terminated, she got in contact with my aunt and started emailing my old email address saying she misses me and wants to see me. It's a weird time to do that. I mean, not weird, but like, do you really only care about having a relationship with your daughter after your parental rights are going to be terminated? I can understand why OP is feeling frustrated. She sent me pictures of her new family, Jesus Christ, and she's sending my aunt money so she can say she's a part of my life and she's taking care of me. My aunt told me not to contact my mom yet and let her take care of everything. I listened for a while, then my mom sent me a picture of a bed in her house with a bunch of shopping bags on it and said that's my bed, and she has presents for me and she can't wait for me to come home. This is kind of a cruel thing to do to your kid. I emailed her back and told her that I don't want to live with her. I haven't seen her or talked to her for 4 years, and I don't even know who half the people in the pictures she sent me are. I also said that I really love living here, and if she fucks up my adoption, I'll never forgive her and I'll never speak to her after I turn 18. My mom called my aunt crying about what I said, and my aunt got mad at me because she told me not to contact my mom. Now I'm wondering if I was the asshole for contacting my mom when I wasn't supposed to and ended up being rude to her. I think the person who needs to act like an adult here is not the fucking 14-year-old. And sending your daughter that you haven't spoken to in 4 years pictures of your new family and saying, oh, this time I love you. I can understand how maybe she's not chill with that and why she got mad. You're the asshole, but softly. Yeah, I think that's maybe the way. Your aunt told you not to talk to your mom, not because of the things she's saying is correct, but because she doesn't want you to mess up the adoption process. You're a kid. You don't know what you're saying, and it's really easy to accidentally say something that messes it up legally. especially since it's over text. Every single little thing communicated is going to be heavily scrutinized by your mother's legal team. More than that, if you talk to her, your mother is going to get super defensive and try harder to block this from happening. If you trust your aunt, bear with it and listen to her. You're not a bad person, but you're not the one who is supposed to be in charge of what to do right now. Please let her get you all through it. This is the correct answer. Poor kiddo, it was a panic reaction. It absolutely was. It just makes you really angry at the mom, that's for sure. Like, my God. It's really emotionally manipulative to put your kid at the center of this. It is kind of her fault. It is important for her to know potential consequences for her actions. If we do not hold our children responsible for their mistakes, how will they learn? This is a teachable moment. One of the most difficult lessons I tried instilling in my son over and over is that he must accept responsibility for his actions. What responsibility is she supposed to take here, okay? You yelled at your mom, so now you have to get adopted by her? Or so now you have to go live with her? Like, what is the responsibility that she's supposed to be taking here? It took several years in reinforcement and therapy for him to do this. I'm not going to say my thoughts here. Hopefully the OP has learned this and will listen to her aunt in the future when she tells her something. I think a good thing the aunt could have done here is... because I'm not fucking scrutinizing the actions of a fucking 14-year-old in this fucking context. Holy shit. She's in a rough place. And I cannot sit here and be like, well, this is her fault and she needs to take responsibility. That's kind of not the reaction I'm having here. What the aunt could have done is actually use it as a teachable moment, right? Tell her why. I am handling this. I need you to trust me. We need to make sure you don't say anything that will mess things up. Just don't respond. You know, give her a why, because I feel like, at least when I was a kid, when I had whys behind things, and it just didn't seem like arbitrary, I would do the things. So, you know all that stuff you see online about your brain? Really your prefrontal cortex not being fully developed until you're around 25 or 26. That's what's at play here and why it genuinely isn't her fault. Yeah, exactly. You're like expecting a whole lot out of a 14-year-old in a really crazy situation. I don't know if I could handle myself in this situation, and I'm not 14. And you've actually seen that in action. The reason it was so difficult and took several years in reinforcement and therapy wasn't because your son was stupid. He understood what you were telling him in the sense that your words made sense, but his brain wasn't in a place to really conceive of what that meant in real time. Yeah, this was her fault in the literal sense that she did what she wasn't supposed to. But as adults, we also have to recognize that she quite literally didn't have the same self-control that we do, especially when agitated by her mother's pushing. As a parent, a former marriage and family counselor, and a behavioral scientist / clinical faculty member, I have seen firsthand that excuses based on developmental stages only hurt our children in the long run. What are you talking about? Children must learn that even if they don't fully grasp long-term consequences, their actions still matter in the present. Nobody is saying their actions don't matter in the present. What are you talking about? When a simple request isn't followed, it's not a developmental fluke. It's a choice that has real, lasting implications. We're aware that the law holds individuals accountable regardless of age in critical situations. A 14-year-old with impulse control issues can still face severe repercussions for actions at school or even more serious contexts. This isn't about undermining youth. They never said it was. It's about instilling a standard of responsibility that prepares them for an independent, accountable adulthood. What are you trying to get out of this? I think it's... Hey, kids make mistakes, and when they make mistakes, they should be explained what the mistake was and usually forgiven because holy fucking shit. Great response. I'm tired of the Reddit trope excusing bad behavior because someone is under 25. I don't even think her behavior was bad. Not really. Like, a teenager blowing up at somebody because their buttons are being pushed is not this fucking end of the world, personal responsibility dodging bullshit. What are you talking about? I don't think the person above is saying there should be no consequences. The kid shouldn't be told she did nothing wrong. I think they're saying that these things can be different than saying this is your fault. Right? Thank you. The latter basically puts the entire onus on the kid for everything that happens with no consideration of the mitigating circumstances. There's a middle ground here in which she's told that her actions may have harmed her chances of being adopted, but she's also given the grace for that fact because she was put in a situation that was extremely difficult for her to navigate at that age. Like, holy fucking shit. What the fuck? Anyway, everybody's annoying here, actually. This is the end of the video. Thank you for making it to it. Congratulations. Please check out my other videos, and I stream on Twitch. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. I love each and every one of you. Peace.